Good day. I'm Judy Secreto Nicol, Teacher 1 at Tumagom Elementary School, undertaking graduate studies in Secreto State College. My major in English. The title of my research is about online games, lessons students' interest in learning. Local of the study at Tumagom Elementary School, Umagom, Erosin, Sorsogon. Introduction. The research entitled Online Games, Lessons the Students' Interest in Learning refers to the effects of using online games that lessen their interest when it comes to learning. Online games do give entertainments to anyone at any age group, but as time passed by, it has been an issue especially when it comes to studies of students engaging in online games. There are students who no longer use responsible in engaging themselves in online games. Online games had been very popular from different parts of the world. The commercial birth of online games in 1950s became one of the most profitable entertainments in the industries in the world that opened the doors to a new generation of gamers. Our research shows some problems that may arise if a person is addicted to online games. According to Griffiths, since early 2000s, there has been an increase in problematic online gaming and online gaming addiction. Until this generation, many online games are being created that pulls the interest of many students to engage in games online. Some games are ML, Among Us, Clash of Clans, and some online games that had been most played by students. This study intended to meet the objectives of the study, to determine the relation of demographic profile to the decrease of interest of students in learning by the presence of online games, to identify the most frequent online games played by students that lessens the interest in learning, to determine the most effective skills by the usage of online games, to determine whether online games have negative or positive impact to the students. The study was conducted on 10 respondents, specifically college students. The researcher generated the data needed through survey with the use of Google Form and sent through their respective emails. This is the convenient way in conducting a survey amidst this ongoing pandemic, and the researcher wants to ensure her safety as well as the safety of her respondents. Objectives. 1. To determine the relation of demographic profile to the decrease of interest of students in learning by the presence of online games. 2. To identify the most frequent online games played by students that lessens the interest in learning. 3. To determine the most effective skills by the usage of online games. 4. To determine whether online games have negative or positive impact to the students. Conceptual framework. Input. The researcher knew the relation of demographic profile of students to the decrease of interest of students in learning. Most frequent online games played the skills of students that are affected because of online games, the positive impacts of online games to students, and the negative effects of online games to students. Method. With this new normal approach, the researchers sent links of the Google form to college students where the questions are stated. The researcher answered the stated problems. The answers are taken from the data and information given by the respondents or informants. Output. The researcher fully understands if online games do have a negative or positive impacts, or if online games do lessen students' interest in learning with the help of the data and information given by the informant. Methodology. This study aims to determine the effects on online games to the students' interest in learning. This type of research that the researcher uses is a qualitative research. It is a non-numerical data approach and helps in understanding social life by studying targeted population or places according to Ashley Crossman 2020. The researcher selected available students as respondents, wherein these respondents' college students are engaged in online games while studying. In order to conduct the research, 10 students as respondents was selected, college students. The respondents are selected using qualitative sampling, wherein the researcher acquired a small collection of units from a much larger population. The respondents are chosen based on their availability on whom they could correspond with the research objectives. In order to properly conduct the research, the chosen respondents are the college students in any school as long as they are available. The researcher used survey approach, wherein the researcher provided intended questionnaires to the respondents through Google Form as an instrument to gather needed data for the study. The questionnaires contained appropriate questions leading to the objectives of the study that are answered by the selected respondents. Results and discussion. 1. Demographic profile of a student. Table 1.1 Demographic profile of students. Year level, frequency, percentage. First year, frequency 8, percentage 0.80. Second year, frequency 1, percentage 0.10. Third year, frequency 0, percentage 0. Fourth year, frequency 1, percentage 0.10, 10 respondents. Most of the respondents are from first year level with 8 students, 5 females and 3 males. Second year level with 1 student, male. Third year level with no available respondents. And fourth year level with 1 student, male. Table 1.2 Demographic profile in terms of age. Age 18, frequency 1, percentage 0.10. Age 19, frequency 6, percentage 0.60. Age 20, frequency 1, percentage 0.10. Age 21, frequency 1, percentage 0.10. Age 22, frequency 0, percentage 0. Age 23, frequency 1, percentage 0.10, 10 respondents. From the age range of 18 to 23-year-old respondents, 1 college student is 18-year-old female. 6 college students are 19 years old. 3 females and 3 males. 1 college student is 21-year-old male. No respondent with age of 22 years old and 1 student is 23 years old male. 2. Online games played by students. Among the stated online games that are played, 70% of students plays ML, which makes ML as the most played online game on the respondents. 10% of students plays Clash of Clans, Among Us, and others like NBA. 80% of students spend their time for 2 hours. 10% of respondents spend for about 3 hours or 4 hours. 3. Skills students that are affected because of usage of online games. 50% of the respondents agreed that their usage of online games affects their thinking skills. 40% agreed for communication skill, and 10% agreed to writing skill as their effective skills with the usage of online games. 90% preferred to read books or printed materials, and 10% preferred to play online games. 40% of the respondents spend their time for 1 hour, 50% for 2 hours, and 10% for 3 hours and above. 4. Determining the positive impacts of online games to students. 100% of respondents agreed that playing online games have positive impacts. 40% of respondents agreed that it enhances brain's capacity to think or analyze easily. 40% agreed that it enhances memory concentration. 10% agreed that it enhances your multitasking skills, and 10% for others being close to siblings. 5. Determining the negative impacts of online games to students. 90% of respondents agreed that playing online games have negative impacts, and 10% agreed that there is no negative impact in playing online games. 10% agreed to being unable to sleep. 10% agreed for difficulties to resist playing that leads to gaming addiction. 20% agreed to having poor health, and 50% agreed for being productive because of playing online games. Conclusion: even college students are still engaged in playing online games. The results shown that they get benefits from playing, improves their skills, brain's capacity to think or analyze, enhances memory concentration, enhances multitasking skill, but at the same time, it showed some problems in playing online games. Unable to sleep, unable to resist playing online games, poor health, and became unproductive. Respondents' response showed that they will still value reading books or printed materials, which leads to having interest in learning other than playing online games. Recommendations. In accordance with the above conclusion, the researcher recommends to further gather more enough data regarding with the involvement of students in playing online games to fully support the argument. References. Thank you.